See you again.
We get, and yes, we have...
I didn't know Tom Jones was from Wales.
He is, yeah, big time.
And Richard Burton.
Really?
And Anthony Hopkins. There's a lot of good people
yeah.
out there. This movie is not so much knocked up as knocked sideways. And I don't know whether that notion of using the death of young parents as a sort of springboard for romantic comedy is quite brave. I don't know whether that was part of the attraction, that this is not your typical kind of meet cute.
Right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That was the idea. That we were hoping that it would. My reason for really wanting to do this film was because I didn't feel like it was a romantic comedy when I first read it. It felt like a drama that spawned from something that was real, where humor came from. You know, that's where the humor came from, was the real sort of things these guys were going through.
Yeah, the situations they got into.
Of course, there's a lot of sort of screwball comedy stuff that comes in through this, like Grant and Hepburn, those sort of playfulness of not liking each other, but yet at the same time finding an attraction. And at times I thought it was almost like watching the breakup in reverse. You're going through all that, the love, the kind of hate, and then back to the love. And I don't know whether it was probably more fun, I'm guessing, to play the hate parts, where you're just sort of bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
So you get that sort of little bit of teeth out. You can kind of let it rip.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Because this one can punch back.
It was fun. If you leave it, if Greg would leave the door open to just, guys, just bicker, fight, do whatever, say whatever you feel like saying. You don't have to follow a script. That could be fun.
Well, you're both married. You know what it's like. So.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You've got method on this. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I should mention, I know my time is so tight, but I know with your own production company that you started up, Abishag, which is from a Robert Frost poem, Provide, which is a nice sort of way of looking at the way beauty fades and fame fades and the way it's all kind of very fickle. I'm guessing that means that you've got quite a good grip on that's the way this industry works. But given that, do you guys sort of relax, or I don't know if you have actual sleepless nights when it comes to a career and the way you've got to keep it going, and you make 2 or 3 movies a year, and it's so important that at least one of the last 2 or 3 is a hit.
Sure, yeah.
Does it kind of get stressful, or are you enjoying the ride enough to not get too worried?
It's a balance. I mean, they're never going to not have a sleepless night or two, because you do put pressure on yourself to obviously maintain a certain level of success, and it's hard, and it's so amazingly crazy hard to get there and fortuitous and graceful when you do, that then you feel like you gotta, like, oh God, how do I hold on to this? It is fickle and elusive. How can I? But you can't control it, and you just do the absolute best you can. And I've said about this particular movie, obviously it would break my heart if it didn't do well, but I will never not be proud of being a part of this project. And I would never not. If it didn't succeed, I still would have wanted to be a part of it. And that's the only place you can really come from. And otherwise, you're just constantly trying to guess what people want, and you just can't know.
Right.
You just gotta do what you think is best.
You're a sensitive guy, right? You'd feel the same way.
Stop, you're going to make me cry.
Group hug.
Yeah,
the very last thing, you're shooting Transformers 3 at the moment. I'm really curious, does the plot make any sense whatsoever? Because in Transformers 2, it was a 2.5-hour trailer for a movie. I'm not quite sure what happened. There was robots on it, and Megan Fox's ass. Other than that, I don't know what happened.
Michael is being very careful about making sure this is that it's easy to follow and that the story makes sense. So yes, this is actually my favorite of the 3 stories that we've done. It involves the moon. It involves Chernobyl. There's some stuff that
you're going to start crying now, aren't you?
I know.
You're really getting emotional.
Yes.
It does sound like that kind of movie.
Yes. And Optimus and Megatron make love and have a baby that my character Captain Lennox takes care of.
This is just
they have
like
a baby,
my kind of
they
movie.
fight, they die, and then they saw the work I did in life as we know it, and I said, we got to get
We got to throw a baby in here, even if it's a robot.
I bought it. Rock and roll. Lovely to talk to you guys. Yeah.
Thanks,
nice
Paul.
to see you.